Hi there, I'm Richard Blatcher, Head of Industry Marketing and Business Intelligence with Pros, and I'm delighted to be here at the headquarters of Microsoft in Redmond, Washington. Joining me today is Çağlayan Arkan, who is the Global Lead for Microsoft's Manufacturing Resources Industry Organization. Pros and Microsoft have partnered for many years in delivering many business solutions which enable companies to accelerate their shift to digital, grow revenue, and improve profitability. Çağlayan, I'd like to discuss the digital disruption, transformation, and opportunities that you're seeing in the manufacturing resources markets, and particularly how technology, including artificial intelligence, is playing a key role in addressing those challenges and realizing the opportunities in that rapidly growing digital economy. So let's begin with what we're seeing in the shift to digital economy. Of course, the number one priority for manufacturers is growth. And we've all talked to many customers, and they always talk to us about growth. But what is really interesting is there's effectively a split emerging in the market, which we're calling a digital divide. In fact, IDC recently talked to many manufacturing leaders, and half were what they called digitally determined. In fact, it was 46%. Now, those digitally determined manufacturers had a clear digital strategy, which is based around their culture, their change management, their financial goals, and the integration of technology. Interestingly, the other half, in fact, the number was 54%, are known as digitally distraught. Now, they're having a standstill culture. They've got islands of innovation, and they're working on a very disconnected project-by-project basis. So with this in mind, Çağlayan, where is Microsoft seeing manufacturers shift their focus?
Richard, I'll say digital transformation is very relevant for manufacturing enterprises today. But really, when driving growth, it's about getting closer to the customer and connecting with them wherever they are on their digital journey. In this era of ubiquitous access to everything, customers have more information than ever before and need personalized, relevant, compelling responses fast. We're seeing manufacturers developing new business models and services to shift the focus to the customer and to ensuring an excellent experience. If you're not able to offer them what they want when they want it, you're going to lose. And this is not just a B2C issue, it is here and now in the business-to-business environment.
Absolutely. Great points. Now, shifting focus to the customer, how are manufacturers changing their business models to achieve this growth?
We're seeing more and more manufacturers focusing their investments in commerce and digital platforms. But this goes well beyond just starting up a commerce platform. It is about really ensuring you have an intelligent platform that's powered by artificial intelligence with a value-based approach for customers. That's key, value.
Got it. So let's shift focus to the challenges manufacturers are facing when they're creating those new business models that you've talked about, and particularly when you look at those revenue streams that directly address those market shifts that you've described. So why is digital transformation and why are these initiatives so difficult for manufacturers to really realize the results that they've actually planned for?
I will say a number of things. One is manufacturing is a little bit more complex than many other industries. Two, the decision maker is still perhaps not aware of the art of possible. Technology is just offering so many things, and technology works today. And many companies are still focused on the traditional approaches to efficiency and cost saving, just trying to bring that whole legacy with them and continuously improve. But perhaps digital calls for a different approach. So with the industrial Internet of Things and the billions of sensors now out in the field, manufacturers are also dealing with huge amounts of data and increased complexity across products, processes, and sales channels. Now, this makes it challenging for companies to analyze the massive amounts of data without the required insights. As new competition rapidly emerges, manufacturers no longer have the capabilities in their current processes to respond and are often too slow to market. They're no longer willing to wait. There are many other options and companies to choose from, and they will move on. So it takes just one bad experience for a company to lose the customer.
I couldn't agree more. It's all about that digital experience. It's all about that sales experience, that customer experience as manufacturers know it. So shifting gears, Çağlayan, how can those manufacturers embrace and maximize that challenging shift to digital?
Manufacturers need to embrace technologies to enable them to deliver the kind of personalized and frictionless buying experience that their customers expect. This requires developing a new relationship with that customer. In order to do that, leveraging artificial intelligence and scalable platforms is key. This will reduce complexity and channel consistency issues that many companies are currently facing. So, Richard, when companies embrace artificial intelligence solutions like PROS running on Azure, they are able to offer true value to the customer while being fast to market. Integrating PROS AI-powered selling and pricing solutions with Dynamics 365 provide a better experience and outcome for customers. The shift to digital is happening now. It's happening fast. And with those, manufacturers that are using PROS and Microsoft are already experiencing significant results. They are able to make better and faster decisions. They're maximizing revenue. They're deepening customer relationships. They are achieving growth. This is where we started this conversation. They're improving margins and up and running in days and not weeks. And this is another time to value. And the very much shortened cycles, that's another part of this digital age, from like hundreds of millions of dollars, years of never-ending projects. No more. It's like days today, and it's unbelievable, particularly in the face of the value that is being delivered so fast. So we're seeing all of this today, Richard, and it is very, very exciting. I'll give you one example. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, everyone will know them, a provider of technology, services, and solutions in more than 170 countries, employing over 55,000 people, generating over $50 billion in annual revenue. They implemented a digital transformation initiative focused on modernizing their sales experience to grow revenue and improve margin. The implementation of PROS and Microsoft solutions enabled HPE to optimize and accelerate their sales and quota process, resulting in $400 million of revenue uplift and an improved margin by 200 basis points. Now, this is incredible.
Absolutely. And as you say, it's benefiting manufacturers now. It's benefiting them today. This is not a theory for the future. And of course, you've just described one specific example, and there are many, many, many other examples that PROS and Microsoft have and are and will be working on together. Now, another lens is Gartner is predicting that the value that companies are realizing from the application of artificial intelligence in their own business is going to grow to over 3.9 trillion just in the next several years. However, what's interesting is when you dig further into the financial implications of what we described earlier as that digital divide, those manufacturers who, if you remember, we call them digitally determined. So they have the culture, they have the approach, they have the integration, they have that plan. They have a significant above average return on both revenue growth and improvement in profit. In fact, if you look at revenue growth, it's about 1.2% above the average of other companies. And when you look at profit, it's over 2.3% above average. Now, when you look at the non-digital, or as we described earlier, those digitally distraught manufacturers, it's equally challenging because it's well below the averages. And again, if you look at revenue growth, it's over 3% below average. And their profit is 2.1% below the average profit of their peers. So of course, having that digital plan, being that digitally converse and having that approach with PROS and Microsoft can show those tangible results, which you describe with HPE, and even people at IDC and Gartner are showing those tangible results today. Well, Çağlayan, thank you so much for taking the time to discuss how AI is really the key foundation to successful digital transformation. One question, how can companies engage with Microsoft and PROS to really help accelerate that shift to digital?
Richard, we're very proud to have PROS as a partner all around the globe. I'm actually very excited to have pros showcased in our MTCs. I am excited that we have all our teams around the globe working together in Americas, in EMEA, and in Asia. And we should keep doing that, and we should keep doing more in terms of our teams coming together and addressing market needs and paying customers visits. And the whole point being, we should encourage all manufacturers to talk to us about the power of AI in action as a result of Pros and Microsoft partnering.
That's great. Thank you, Çağlayan.
Richard, thank you, and thanks to Pros for being an amazing partner.
You can also visit pros.com and see how Pros and Microsoft are powering the digital economy. Thank you all for watching, and take care.